Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Eiersholt. It is a rather miserable and rainy day 2 of early spring. I am up at the center depot with our new Scania truck and bulk trailer here. Right now, the trailer is full of manure. I have started spreading some manure. We put a lot aside originally from the old farm, thinking about maybe using it for greenhouses, but right now it actually seems like a better idea to try and make use of this to get some of our fields improved. So let's hop in, and we're going to be heading down to the farm. See, you'll have had a little sneak peek of what it looks like on a flyover, but now we'll head down, see what's going on, hop into the cab here while we're driving down. So it's not really a perfect day for groundwork with all this water. In fact, when we get down to the field to drop off this manure, we can only reverse in a little bit to dump it off. I almost got the truck stuck the first time I brought it in, and that was earlier in the day when it hadn't been raining for as long as it has now. So we're going to be taking it a little bit easier on that account. But there is progress. I have transferred a lot of money. As you might be able to see, we're up over 4 million, but that also now means that we only have a little bit of machinery right now, and that's the stuff that I've been buying just to get the groundwork started this morning, where it's only 10 o'clock in the morning, but I've been at it for a little while already. We got a ton of machinery that still needs to be purchased in for the farm. I did also transfer the money that we got from selling the milk and the pigs in the previous episode, and on top of that, one of the things that I actually forgot to sell, but I did do before I made the final transfer, was to sell all the pig food we've been creating. There was over 200,000 liters of pig food, so that actually brought in a lot of money. So from that perspective, we got a healthy sum over, and that also means I've been able to buy a bit more land, and I'll be able to show you that. But I think first we'll get down, we'll get this manure dropped off, then we'll head up to the farm just to see what the grounds look like. It's not 100% done in any way, shape or form. There's still some a little bit of leveling and groundwork to do, and I'm still thinking about whether we got everything we need or whether we need anything more. Over the coming episodes, we're going to have to buy in quite a lot of new machinery. So if there's particular piece of machinery you think are really good for the scale of farm that we're running here, do leave a comment. Got a few comments all recommended to buy new equipment instead of transferring the old one, and I think that was the right decision. Gives a good opportunity to try out some different machines, and also maybe just to scale things. We still had a few of the old starter items back on the previous farm here on Eiersholt. But we're almost there. I'm stuck behind a red car, but as you can see down here, one of the investments I have made is into a manure spreader and a telehandler, and of course a tractor to pull it well. So we'll be taking a look at that in just a second here. So I'm just gonna reverse the trailer in, but I don't want the truck to actually get too far into the field, because we will end up getting stuck. And as you can see, we got a trailer sitting waiting. There's quite a bit of manure, but there's still a long way to go in this field, so it'll be no problem dumping this load as well, at least. But then we also got to go up and spend quite a lot of money, because we need to pick up some more lime. We are spreading lime over on one of the other fields with another sort of new machinery, and we had some that got transferred into the silo from the old farm, but that's running out pretty quickly on these big fields down here. But that is us pretty much unloaded on manure, so that means we can crack on with that. But right now in the tipping rain, that's perhaps not so great. The field to the south there is also ours now. I have purchased that as part of the extra money we brought over. So I'm gonna hop back in the cab as we head up the road. We are starting to get a little bit of greenery on the trees here, which is nice. So the house looks a little bit better, I think. We've got a driveway in. There's a little bit of a vegetable patch and some garden wall here. Then I still got a little bit of a wild area with a small shed there. And then as we turn into the main area of the farm here, I think we'll just stop the truck here for now and hop out, even though it's raining. So this is our new workshop building. There is some extra storage here, so I'll just open up. So we got a dedicated workshop area here with a pretty decent sized gate, so we can get some pretty large machinery in and work on it here on the farm. We've got a little back office in here and everything with drinks, orange juice and everything. There's a gate to drive things straight through as well, and then we actually got sort of a nice feature window here, and I can see there's a little piece of wood here that's still stuck, but I'll deal with that in a little while. We got lights in here as well. Then we got a sort of larger machine bay over here. I'm going through the side entrance here. Obviously these are empty right now, but again, we do have some shelves here. If we need to store some pallets, we'll need to store some seeds and things like that, so they could possibly go in here as well. But that's pretty good. That's 4 large garage doors here, so we can fit some sizable equipment into this one. So that's sort of the main new buildings that I put in terms of machinery storage. I think it should be enough, given that we also got the pellet hall here, which has got quite a bit of space for parking up machinery in there. Here's one of the new acquisitions. I've kind of stuck a little bit with New Holland, not everything, but we have a T9 565 here and a large scale subsoiler, so we can get some of this ploughing covered. This one's already been out doing one field. I also got the fuel bowser back, the Thunder Creek. As you can see, I've now also added the DEF AdBlue mod, so that we actually need to fill up, and I got a storage tank there, and then I got a diesel tank here for storage. Right now I haven't got any fuel transferred into it yet, so there's a little bit sitting over in the Thunder Creek, but that's it. I got a front loader shovel for our tractor as well. Most of the other things on the farm you've seen. There's still a tree lying around over there that needs to be cleared, but we also got a silo system now. Nice large capacity silage. I think there's room for 250,000 liters possibly, but there is a bit of space around the back here. So the idea is that if it looks like we're running out, we can place another large bin to expand the storage down this way if we need to. So sort of thought a little bit ahead there. We still got our chicken building here. They are starting to produce some eggs by the looks of it, but not super quick. But right now they'll be breeding up as well, so that is fine. Apart from that, a little bit of change to the groundwork up here. I feel there's something missing here, but I'm not quite sure what to put in yet. But we got food transferred over, so all the TMR that was on the old Eiersholt farm has now come across to here. And as we can see, the first 4,000 liters of milk is in production. Our herd is settling in quite nicely. So I kind of wish that the rain would stop, but right now it doesn't look like it's going to. I think it is scheduled to break around lunchtime. So what I'll suggest that we do is we head over to the next field and have a look. We're in the middle of some lime spreading over there. So I'm going to hop into our Rambler here, and we're going to take a little drive down through the forest so we can see the next field, and then I'll show you all the land that we purchased after that. It's not a super long drive when we go this way. It's basically just sort of straight in through the forest area here, and we're pretty much there. I also need to get this guy running on Horseplay again. I can see him down there, so we'll park up here and I'll head down there. So as we're getting closer, you can probably tell that this is not a New Holland tractor, at least. I went for the class. We had the huge one before, but this time I went for the 940 Action. I kind of like the look of it. And on the previous farm, we had the kind of Gator, the Terra Gator tri-wheel spreader, but I've gone for the Bradal so we can use our ordinary tractors to do this job as well. It might look a little bit patchy here on the field. I had a little bit of problems with courseplay. It didn't quite pick up the right working width when I generated the first course, so I was just redoing a little bit. So I'll get in and we'll get this guy started. As you can see, he's only about half tank left. We'll be able to take him over to the farm and I think fill up one more time, but then we actually need to get our truck up and pick up some more lime as well. But for now, we can get him going on this part of the field, and we'll get that truck up and collect some more lime. But just before we do that, I thought we should take a look. I went for the Class Taurian, the smaller one of them, as a telehandler. I hope this one is strong enough. It is having a few issues out here in the field with slippage, but that's because it's wet, so that's to be expected. And then we have the T7 again. I know we had that one before as well, but I just found it a really versatile machine. And then I went for a larger Flex 23 Sanson here. It's got this sort of slightly funky wheel combination on the back. But I reckon with the precision farming, we're probably going to make use of our manure and our slurry quite a lot more. So I did get all the fields scanned. I paid a geologist to come out and scan all the fields. It was expensive, but let me show you on a map where we're at with this. So just before we go into the precision farming, I thought I'd show you this is the land we own now. So I picked up field 38 up here at the top, as well as field 40 down at the bottom there. If we move over to the precision farming now, it took about 980 samples to get all of this analyzed. So just the analysis cost was 98,000. And then on top of that, you basically have to pay somebody else to do the sampling. I did start doing a little bit, but that takes a long time to do on these fields. Yeah, so actually, I was telling a fib, field 40 needs ploughing as well. So everything apart from field 43 that has been ploughed also needs ploughing. So I actually gave it a wash after the first round of work and a bit of a refuel, so it should be ready to go again. Yeah, we're full up on DEF and we are full up on fuel, so we are good to go. If I can get past that truck here now. A little bit tight here in the entrance, but I think we should be okay. Just about. I want to try and keep some of the trees around here so it doesn't start feeling completely barren. We might have to trim a few branches off here. Some of these trees are a bit low for the size of machinery that we might be bringing in, but at least it's not a long drive. We can get started right away. You can see some standing water bottles in the field, so it's going to be hard work even for the T9 here to get this field done, but I think we have plenty of horsepower. just remembering as we're heading past, I did hang on to the biogas plant as part of the sale. That land was not included in what we sold, and so I've kept ownership of that and the digestate that we had already generated that was stored in there. So we'll need to get hold of a liquid slurry spreader and probably a tanker wagon as well at some point, because obviously it's a bit of a distance to drive up here. But as you can see down in the lower left hand corner, the action is now out of lime. So we're almost at the lime station here in the truck. So we'll set that to refill, and then we'll get down, we'll bring our lime spreader back to the farm and see how much is left in the silo. Get it started, keep it going for a little bit at least. But we are here now, and we'll start paying out a bit of money. There's quite a lot of money that will need to go out for fertilizing this first year in particular, and we'll see how we get on. The action is making some progress, but rather conveniently it had run out of lime quite close to the road. Only thing is I've left the Rambler parked, so probably gonna have to drive a little bit through the bushes here to get around and get back to the farm, but that should be okay. There we go, no problem. So I'm not quite sure how much is left back on the farm. I'm not even sure it's a full load, but we've just spent 10,000 euros, or close enough to 10,000 euros on filling our truck. So that's another 43,000 liters that'll be coming. I'm not even sure whether, I think we're probably going to need quite a bit more than that actually, but we'll get in, we'll see what we got left here on the farm for now. Now when I don't have firewood sitting right there, then that's quite a generous amount of turning space here on the farm, but obviously right now it's a little bit narrower than usual. Did I get too far away now to do that? No. Okay, so we have 8,000 liters. That's about halfway full on this spreader. It'll keep it going while we're bringing the truck back at least. We'll just have to reverse rather than making a nice turn right now. But yeah, let me know what you think about the tractors. I really like this class action here, and I haven't had. We had the Zerion on the previous farm, but other than that, I haven't actually had much opportunity to really play around with many of the class DLC tractors that came out a long time ago now. So I thought it would be nice to try one of them. But like I said, we will probably be getting. We'll definitely be getting one more tractor, possibly two more, depending on how the money goes. So if there's something you think would be great, let me know. We also need a forage harvester and obviously combines. For the combine, I'm really tempted to go class as well. We tried it out back on Eiersholt quite a while back, and I think it might be nice. I really liked the New Holland CR10 that we ran on the farm as well, but it would be nice to change it up a little bit, I think. And that big class machine was rather nice, but if others have recommendations, by all means let me know. So we can I think that's the next closest waypoint, so we should be good to leave him to his devices here, and we can get back up and get a dump of lime back to the farm. So I better put the cover on since it is still raining hard here, and we got quite a long way to drive. At least this truck, I think this truck has 700 horsepower, so even with the weight of lime on the back, this should not be a problem. So some of you might be wondering, why am I driving the truck instead of letting auto drive take care of this? And to be honest, that's because in my eagerness to get started on the new farm here, I haven't got the course network put into the save game yet. I will be getting that done for the next episode, so that we'll be able to automate a little bit more of the sort of grunt work of just transporting things from A to B. But as we're starting out a new farm, it's almost a bit like being back to the beginning here, where we're just getting the basics back in and sorted out. But thankfully, we do have a mature herd of cattle. We will be getting some income from milk sales and such like. So it's not quite starting over completely, although we also have a very large farm, of course, and we can afford some fairly substantial machinery. But 4 million goes pretty quick because we are still missing virtually everything. I don't even have a proper feed mix or feed spreader for the cattle. We don't have the milk trailer. We don't have a fuel trailer. We don't have a grain trailer, just for the truck here. Something for liquid manure digestate as well. And so there's still quite a lot. And then of course we need regular grain carts. We got a subsoiler. We don't have a cultivator. We don't have seeders. We don't have mowers or forage harvesters, and loading wagons, balers. So actually, while it seems like we got an absolute ton of money, because of the size of the fields and because of the scale of the equipment, we will need to actually make it through these fields in time. I have a feeling this money is going to be disappearing pretty quickly, actually. But we will be able to get something, that's for sure. And we're almost back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of wrap up a little bit early today. It's just a short episode to show you what's going on right now. I'm actually going to bring another episode on the same day, but once this first batch of jobs are done, you'll have noticed I'm running on single speed rather than the normal ×5 speed right now. That is simply because there's so much to get done here in spring, especially because the nutrient state of these fields is so poor. So basically, I will do another episode here on day 2 of early spring, but different work on different fields, and possibly a little bit more update on buying some machinery once you have had an opportunity to drop off comments and suggestions as well. So, last job for this episode, we are gonna attempt, if we don't get stuck in the field, to get our manure spreader loaded back up again. As you can see, we've got quite a lot of slipping going on here. I think it'll help if I move the manure spreader a little bit. There we go. That is our manure spreader full now. So let's lower this down and switch off our front loader here. I hope this is the right decision. I know it's a bit smaller than the one released a couple of episodes back. I think it'll do the job, but we'll have to see. It's been struggling a bit here, as you can see. There's quite a lot of churned up mud. But last job for this episode today, we are gonna get out and I'm gonna open the back plate here. I'm gonna turn on our map so we can see where we've been. although it is a little bit tricky sometimes to work that out, especially here at the beginning. Obviously I haven't had that much opportunity to play around with the precision farming, so just still trying to work out what's going to work best. But I think the key thing is we really need some nutrients into the ground around here. As you can see, you can definitely tell where we've been already. So I think we are just gonna actually let's see if we can put on our GPS here, start a new track, and get some spreading underway. We are now running with our GPS on, although I don't think it's a perfect line compared to where we were before, but it's certainly not the end of the world either. So this was a little bit of a shorter episode, just to give you a little bit of flavor of where we are with the farm. I'm kind of hoping to maybe do a little bit more concentrated, perhaps slightly shorter, but more regular updates, because we've been having some long breaks in between videos, and I would like to get back to at the very least a weekly update, preferably maybe even more, but I'm not gonna overpromise and underdeliver straight away. I think that would be a shame. So with the view of our manure rapidly running back down again, heading down to get refilled once more, we'll need the truck to pick up some more. I think we might just about have enough manure for this one field, but I think that literally is going to be it. All the other fields are going to have to either make use of the digestate. We're not going to have very much slurry coming out of the cows just yet. I will probably start putting straw down more generally and try and use manure on the fields as well. But we'll see how it goes. There's lots to learn with precision farming, so it's kind of nice. It's almost like starting over on Eiersholt, but in a good way, in a really, really good way. I look forward to trying out playing down on this side of the map. But that is pretty much it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back. It will still be the same day of spring, but it will be new jobs that will be going on. So thank you very much for watching, and see you again soon.